We are the Traveling Three. As an adventure-loving family of three, we've stepped away from the familiar cadence of daily life to travel the world and embrace the unknown. Our journey begins in Turkey, a country steeped in history and splendor. We found ourselves in the stunning coastal city of Antalya. So far, in this 4-part mini-series, we took you to Aspendos Ancient Theater, Perge Ancient City, and Kursunlu Waterfall Park. Now we'll take you to some ruins like you've never seen before. Termessos Ancient City, nestled in the majestic Taurus Mountains. Watch to the end to see which of these 3 ancient sites you absolutely must visit if you find yourself in Antalya, and catch a glimpse of the famous Düden Waterfalls.
During this trip, we decided to rent a car for a couple of days, and that's how we've been getting around to all the different areas. We thought driving in Turkey would be a lot harder than it is, but it's been pretty easy to drive around, and it's really allowed us time to visit these ruins on our own schedule and in our own way. Definitely recommend not doing the tours. That might be a little controversial, but I'd recommend learning the information on your own and then coming here and taking your time to look at all the history.
The Termessos ruins are about 45 minutes outside of Antalya city center. And it's a place that, as far as we can tell, has very few tourists because it is a bit of a hike to get to it. So if you want to get away from the crowds, this is definitely a place to go. It is so beautiful. You get a hike in the mountains and then you end up at wonderful viewpoints, and you get to explore an incredibly well-preserved ancient city. As you can tell, probably by the way that I'm breathing, it is quite a hill to climb up.
Move your face, move your face.
We found another stray dog who is thirsty. There seems to be a lot of these stray dogs here in the ruins.
No, don't drink my water bottle.
It's not every day you could go on a hike in the middle of absolutely nowhere and come upon these ancient ruins. Turkey is such an amazing place. Up here feels like feels like I'm in a movie set, actually. It's too perfect. Vines coming up the old broken down walls, the arch is still intact with the squirrels and wild animals running around it.
I love all the wildflowers through here.
Yeah, look at all the vines climbing up the broken walls with the arches in them.
This looks like a fairy tale. Like they should do movies up here.
That's exactly
like
what I said.
They could do like Lord of the Rings up here.
It seriously feels like it's unreal. Let's go see what else we could find.
There's many different trails around here, and some of them are not well marked. Or actually, wait a minute, did we miss the mark? 2 parks, Steve. We missed the sign. There it is. It's kind of faded, so that's why we didn't see it.
Two parking lots.
No, I think that means to the park. They would have said auto park if it was the parking lot. I don't know. I don't know where the amphitheater is at. It's another one of those sites that you think you can explore real quick, but I'm pretty sure you could probably spend an entire day here because it's really big. I mean, it was a city at one point, and so it takes up a lot of land, and there's so many really cool things to see.
Look at this. We're way up here in the mountains and there's giant stone buildings everywhere.
Wow, look at this, it's so beautiful. What? Oh my word. That looks, I don't even want to like get near the edge. I don't know if you can even see. Look at that, there's like passageways in here or something. I don't know what this was.
You can see some arches down there. They go from one to the other. It's called the 5 cisterns. And some of these, they gotta be 30 plus feet deep with arches down there and everything. That is deep.
Dang, that is impressive engineering. The cistern, ow, gosh. That's because I was reading the sign.
What did you do?
The cistern with 5 partitions is what it is. It's helpful if you read the signs. Not while you're walking though. The history of this city is very complex, and a lot of it is actually not fully understood. If you're interested in that sort of thing, highly recommend Googling it, read up some information. It's very interesting. Oh my gosh, I think we made it. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. The moment we've all been waiting for. Wow, look at that right in the middle of the mountains. This theater is much more spectacular than I even expected it. It's absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful. The Termessos Amphitheater showcases the grandeur of ancient architecture set against the backdrop of the impressive rugged Taurus Mountains. The stone seats rise in tiers following the natural slope of the hillside and face a stage front that has stood the test of time. The view from the amphitheater is truly breathtaking. The vastness of the surrounding wilderness makes you realize how small you are.
Before I came to Turkey, I had no idea that they had mountains like this. So beautiful. What a place.
It's a place where the intrigue of history and the humbling beauty of nature intertwine, and it left us in absolute awe.
So for scale of this amphitheater, this is how big Anita is. Right at the very bottom there. And that is a long way down.
The enormous boulders we walked upon left us marveling at the city's creation amidst such a challenging landscape.
What amazes me about these ruins, they're several thousand years old, and look at these joints. They're perfect still. The craftsmanship is amazing. You could just vaguely see all the old letters that were originally carved into this pedestal. Not to be too cliche, but it seriously feels like you're walking through ancient ruins in a Lord of the Rings movie. I mean, there's arches and theaters and old paved roads from thousands of years ago, with vines growing over everything and pillars toppled over with inscriptions on them. Can't believe this is in real life. Such a privilege to come up here and see this. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning.
Out of the 3 ancient ruin sites we visited while in Antalya, Termessos stands alone as the most unique aesthetically, geographically, and historically. Its rugged beauty truly defies words. It's a place that can only be understood by those who have wandered its ancient paths and stood awestruck by echoes of its past. If we could have a do-over of this day, we would get here early in the morning, pack a lunch and some snacks, and explore this ancient gem from top to bottom. Be sure to take a photo of the city map at the entrance of the park to make navigating this forest city much easier. Or skip that and allow yourself to get lost in the labyrinth as we did. Either way, a day spent here will etch memories that time can't erase. The final stop on our list in Antalya are the Upper Düden Waterfalls. The Upper Düden Waterfalls are located in Düden Park, which is about a 20-minute drive north of Antalya. The Upper Düden Waterfalls, as its name suggests, is connected to the Lower Düden Waterfall that plummets into the Mediterranean Sea near Antalya's iconic Old Town. The 2 waterfalls are connected by the Düden River, which actually originates from the Taurus Mountains that are home to the Termessos ruins. To enter Düden Park, you have to pay a small fee, which is higher for foreigners than for Turkish nationals. We spent about 40 minutes meandering through the park and were pleasantly surprised to find a well-maintained cave that leads behind the waterfalls.
We're gonna head down into a little cavern, which I believe goes behind the falls. So let's go check this out.
There are many windows through which you can see the waterfalls as you walk through the cave.
This waterfall is pretty awesome. The water's super clear as you stand here below the waterfall feeling the mist on a hot day. We're gonna continue on, see what there is to see down here, and then hopefully we'll find a good restaurant to grab something to eat.
It was a pleasant walk through the park, which we ended with a stop at one of the restaurants next to the Düden River. We felt that the food was overpriced for the quality, but if it's a view you're after, the price is worth it. Thanks so much for joining our Antalya adventures. Drop your recommendations in the comments for our next visit. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe. More adventures await in the next video.